remember watching the Super Bowl one time, and the announcer kept saying, "Oh, football is like a game of chess. Football is like a chess match." And when I was looking at it, I just started wondering, what if it's not a metaphor? Like, it really is that.
Chip Kelly's one of the most dynamic coaches in the history of the game, and now you have a member of your staff who teaches chess.
This is incorporated by our guy, Seth. He's amazing. Chess is so important because it helps you out with football, the way you see the game.
DTR diving for the pylon touchdown!
Seth is everything to me. You know, he got here during my freshman year when I was going through that rough patch, and he was kind of my therapist, somebody who I could lean on, and I'm very blessed to have Seth in my life.
Your players, you look at any of their social media, they're all over chess.
Seth has done a really good job with our players and has helped out tremendously, and our kids do it on their own. They want to learn a little bit more strategy. There's so much involved in that game.
In 2019, at the start of spring practice, UCLA coach Chip Kelly brought in mindset strategist Seth Mikowski to work with his players. The goal? Enhancing analytical skills for optimal decision-making under time and pressure.
I started training the quarterbacks, and it was sort of meant just to be for the quarterbacks. We didn't know if they would take to it or not, but they really, really did. And then the cornerbacks started seeing it, and then they wanted in on it, and then the linemen, and then the defense, to the point where now, 4 years later, it's the entire team. It's part of their culture. It's part of the environment. I've basically turned it into a chess club. All right, Carson, so just between us, so what are we trying to do?
Trying to take over the middle.
So we're trying to do three things, right? We're trying to control the center.
Yeah.
We want to quickly get our players out fast. And we got rule number one, protect the king, right?
Yep.
Got it? That's what we're trying to do. If you ask the athletes or quarterbacks that I train, they'll say that they're in the decision-making business. So reducing mental errors, reducing blunders, picking up on all of the signs, being able to compartmentalize if something goes wrong, not to have it affect the next play. You see how you gain the momentum? And you want to be the one applying pressure, right? It's just like if you're running a route, but you're inefficient. Now the defensive player has got pressure on you, but if you're setting the pace, he's got to react to you, right? So you want to be the one making forceful moves. The way that we're training with chess, it's really not about the game of chess or becoming great at chess. That's not really what it's about. It's more kind of like a field to make decisions. And what I love and what I saw in myself was just a real clear mirror on how I was making decisions, how I would react if I made a mistake, how I would follow a process. And it was so clear on the chessboard.
100%.
Biggest thing, don't show it.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Don't show it.
What?
Seth's first pupil in 2019 would be then sophomore quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson, aka DTR.
I think he had all the raw talents in the beginning, but didn't necessarily have a process.
As a sophomore, DTR completed only 59% of his passes with 12 interceptions. But under Seth's guidance, he began studying patterns and sequences rather than just relying on raw athleticism. He developed a process for making decisions and applied that to football.
These are from my chess mentor. This one says player, not a piece. And this one says protect the king. So for me, the king could be anything, could be myself, could be the ball. Just making sure I always have those on me.
Now, just like in chess, now he's executing a process. When you see him on the field, when he's at his best, he's executing a process, assessing threats, attacks, just like he goes through his progressions, minimizing careless mistakes, which is equivalent to turnovers, trying to draw that down to zero. And anytime the defense makes a mistake, wanting to punish them.
In 2 short years, his work paid off.
The pass hummed into coverage, fingertip catch.
DTR would grow to lead the Pac-12 in yards per game and quarterback efficiency, leaving UCLA with the most TD passes in school history.
Touchdown, Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
When we're playing chess, right, and Dorian's protecting the king, that's that same mindset of when he's playing football. And so, for him now, a turnover is something that I would say he takes really, really personally. You'd say your football game is transformed, right? Mm-hmm. The way you play chess has changed too, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, from the first time I started, yeah.
Right, in some ways, right?
I've gotten more used to my style of playing. And now I think of it more so like, I think of chess how I think of a football game. I think of a football game how I think of chess.
Of course. Who you are comes out on the board, right? So I remember years ago, I'd always say aggressive, attacking player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Attacking. But when we used to play, years ago, you could be aggressively going for the kill, but then maybe lose a piece here, then lose another piece here, then have to come back and then win at the end, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is, it's a lot of work, right?
Yeah,
Versus, it's a lot of work.
Same thing in football. A whole lot of work trying to come back in the last minutes of the game.
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
And so I've seen how your game has changed, how your game has changed.
Yeah. That is what we talk about.
I think so
all
too.
the time.
I think so.
While Dorian is headed to the NFL, the impact of Seth's work is helping to attract a new generation of young talent.
I walked into Coach Kelly's office and I saw a chessboard on his desk, and I was like, what's the deal with this, right? And I kind of noticed that they were kind of all over the facility, and we're like, hey, can we start doing this too?
I was on a visit, and partway through this visit, Coach Kelly brought me up to meet with the chess guru, if you will. And I'm a little bit of a nerd, so I was pretty excited about that, but didn't really have much prior chess experience. So come to find out, it's, a lot less about chess and a lot more about how you think. I thought it was very cool, and it was kind of a draw actually to UCLA. I wanted to work with him some more.
Recently, the Bruins landed a commitment from Dante Moore, the highest-rated quarterback recruit in UCLA history. Dante credits personal development as a major reason for his decision.
It may be easier to measure how high an athlete can jump or how far they can throw a ball, but athletes aren't robots. They're people and they're making decisions. And I think that if you make really, really good decisions, everything's going to work out fine.